You're watching That Lovell-Boland Life.
This week we're sharing more about our favourite small businesses here in Singapore.
If the pandemic has taught us anything, it's to support small businesses and shop local.
Yeah, exactly. When the rest of the world suffered, people like Jeff Bezos saw their wealth skyrocket. Instead of buying from massive conglomerates like Amazon, we decided to look a little closer to home to shop local in the Lion City.
In this video, we'll go through our favourite local companies, the ones that we think you should know about, and the ones that will hopefully follow the likes of Grab and Ninja Van into listing on Wall Street.
But before we get into it, please do like our small channel here on YouTube. It just helps others find us, and also you can become a part of the Lovell-Boland YouTube community, which is growing, and we would love for you to be a part of it. Next thing we want to point out is that we're not getting any kickbacks. No one has sponsored us for this video. No one has paid us to say anything, but we just wanted to really show you some of the companies that we buy from and really want to support. So let's get started.
So let's start our small business shout outs, how we start our morning with coffee. So let's start with local roaster Cowpresso. For me, it's one of the best local roasters here in Singapore. On their website, it says their primary aim is to make specialty coffee that is approachable, affordable, and sustainable for everyone.
So apart from the taste, what we both really love is the packaging, because not only does it say specially roasted for Sam and gives us the date in which it was roasted, it also has the flavour notes and also pictures of the flavour notes, which is really helpful. So this Nang Yang coffee is our favourite. It's buttery, rich, robust, caramelised bread, and has one of the punchiest, flavourful, just warming cups of coffee that I've ever had. And so there's our hope that Cowpresso will follow it in the likes of local tea brand TWG to be a global company.
I'll drink to that.
So from your morning cup of joe to Mohjo. So we love finding sustainable companies here in Singapore, and Mohjo certainly fits the bill. It's a plant-based dairy alternative which focuses on almond milk, and it has 10 times the amount of almonds than any other brand here in Singapore, or so they say at least. And it's a direct to consumer, so they delivered this right to our doorstep, and they currently have 3 which we all really like. One is unsweetened, one is sweetened, and one is pure cacao, which I think is your favourite, right?
Yeah, the thing I love about this brand, it's a very new brand, first of all. It was only founded this year. The thing I love about it is the taste. So very easy to open. It smells just like chocolate milk, this one. And it tastes incredible. When I was younger, I used to drink chocolate milk a lot, and that reminds me of like the brands and the flavours that I used to get when I was younger.
And I think what's really important to note is that the majority of Asians are actually lactose intolerant. So there is a real need for companies that are, providing alternatives. And it's not just, for health reasons. There is an issue around almond growing, but it is definitely better for the environment than, say, dairy products. So I think that's what we also really like supporting this local business, because not only is it good for our health, it's also good for the environment. So that's another reason why we love Mohjo. And the fact that it's kind of cool, like it's a milk delivery. It's kind of like a blast from the past.
And the good thing about this is the packaging. It's not plastic, you can hear it, it's glass bottle. Rianne said they deliver it to your door. They also, when you next deliver your next load from them, they will come collect these bottles. So again, you don't even have to recycle it yourself. You're not throwing anything away.
Yeah, so it's really in line with the circular economy model, which I think is a real important issue for not just me, but you as well.
Yeah, and the good thing about this brand, as I said earlier, it is new. They are looking into other products, and I cannot wait to see what they've got in store. Next up, it's something you literally can't go anywhere in Singapore without. It's a mask. Right, let's take this off because we don't need them for this. So, back when the pandemic started and when PM Lee made that announcement that we had to wear masks every time we left our front door, I thought the best thing to do would be to buy reusable masks, because disposable, it didn't seem right that you'd only use them once. Healthcare workers needed them more than we did, so it felt right to find a local Singapore brand who would make nice designer quality masks with nice pattern, because I really like this one. This one's pineapples.
Mine is like a pretty sort of fan design.
But aside from the masks, we wanted to find a local company that we could buy from, and that's what led us online to Maison Q.
Yeah, so Maison Q was actually founded in 2015, and interestingly, it's a children's clothing brand, but we really loved the mask. We, had it everywhere we went, obviously having to wash them. But we've got so many compliments about where did we get the masks, and especially during such uncertain times, it did kind of like lift our spirits to have something quite pretty to wear and like a bit of a bold statement, even though we had to cover half of our faces, we could still show our personality through the mask.
One of the best things about the brand as well, every time you order from them, you get like a little handwritten note, or I did anyway, got a little handwritten note from the founder just to thank you. And they tell you every mask you buy, they donate $1 to Indonesian artisans. I think that is another really nice thing.
Yeah, absolutely. If we can support a company as well as help others that maybe are, in need during this pandemic, then it's a real win-win situation. So from masking up to winding down, it's Sunbird Brewery. So Sunbird Brewery actually launched during the circuit breaker, and I don't know about you guys out there, but we certainly drank a lot more at home during the circuit breaker, so this company was kind of a lifesaver, really.
So we actually have featured one of their beers before, this Onde one, because they do lots of seasonal beers, and this one was specially brewed for Singapore's National Day, and it's a really nice Gula Melaka coconut type beer, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a porter, so it has that sort of deep richness to it. And yeah, it's a really nice sort of local flavour with the coconut and the Gula Melaka flavour with the porter. So definitely one that we enjoy.
Yeah, they've got lots of seasonal beers. So for example, Valentine's Day they did a strawberry mojito. The Onde beer, like we said, was a National Day brew. And they've also got some really great stuff coming up for Halloween. So it's a really innovative local brewery that we really want to support. And finally, a place where we spend most of our weekends, it's the Projector. So I hope this is a place that most people have heard of, because we spend, as I said, a lot of time there. This is the cinema, the Projector.
Yeah, so I've always been a real fan of independent cinema and foreign movies, so it was a real pleasure when we finally came to Singapore and found the Projector, because it has a wealth of different movies that you just wouldn't be able to find anywhere else here. And it's such a cool vibe, the way it's decorated, the different like drinks and food that you can get, the people are really friendly.
Yeah.
And as Sam said, we basically spend most weekends there and just indulge in, all the cinematic experience that they provide at the Projector.
And the one thing I love, it's a really old school cinema room. So you've got like the old school seats,
yeah.
They've got sofas at the front, sometimes they've got beanbags in some of the halls. It's really good. And I really missed it during Circuit Breaker when it closed. But one of the good things they do is they put some of their films online. So last year, every Friday night, I think it was, we started our own quarantine film club.
Yeah.
We rented a lot of stuff from the Projector, and it was really helpful for us to get through those tough months.
Yeah, I think one of the great things about the Projector, it gave us that escapism from, the realities of being in the pandemic, being away from home, being stuck, not being able to travel. So going to the movies and seeing other worlds on screen was just a real pleasure, especially when we maybe weren't feeling so optimistic about, everyday life. They've also got a new pop-up at Riverside, which is fantastic. The views are incredible. The experience is cool because you got to wear like headphones.
Yeah, it's like a silent disco.
Yeah, it's really great. So I honestly can't say enough good things about the Projector. We love every time we've been. We've watched some incredible movies. Your favourite one recently?
Yeah, I've seen probably one of my favourite films I've ever watched. People actually clapped at the end of the film, and it's a Danish film called Druk. It's a drinking film, but it's a really, really epic film.
Yeah, so if you haven't gone already, go check it out.
So thank you very much for watching. They were just 5 of our favourite local brands here in Singapore.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, we're not being paid. This is all just our opinions, and we just really wanted to share with you some of our favourite small local companies here in Singapore.
And if you'd like to help any of these companies out, then we will put the links below for you to find them. And while you're down there, in the comments, please put your favourite local brands so we can discover them too.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We always really appreciate you coming back to our channel. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye! Even when the rest of the world suffered, people like Jeff Bezos saw his wealth rocket.
Just like he did a few months ago.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to laugh uncontrollably. That's not something I'd laugh at.
Okay. I would cut that laugh in.
Even when the rest of the world suffered, people like Jeff Bezos saw his wealth rocket.
Just like he did a few months ago. She laughed. Literally laughed.